Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a great day. Having a great day here. I am here with a very late Friday freebie, and once again, I apologize. Just doing the best with the energy I have, you guys. I'm really sorry, but this one's kind of fun. I had a day last week, I think, where I felt like playing with my jelly plates. And this is my little student one that's kind of all grunged up. And I had a whole bunch of prints. I mean, this is just a few of them that were nice, but, you know, not completed. And so I thought, oh, let's add some extra paint and do stuff to them. And I was using this as a palette, as I do. And I came up with this guy. Isn't he cute? It's so much brighter in real life. It looks really washed out on the camera. But this was a print from this plate with other stuff on top of it and more paint. I added more paint and dots and just jazzed it up a little bit. So I made a digital out of this, and that would be this guy. And again, it's showing kind of washed out on the screen, but it's really very bright. My hands are shaking like crazy because I drank too much coffee. But you can see it's pretty good reproduction. And I bumped up the saturation on this a little bit. And then I turned it into a file folder. So this is one of the pages you get. And then the other page you get is this guy, which is another painty collage paper. Okay, so wow, kind of makes your eyes bleed. I love it. I love it. We're getting towards the end of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'm going to get these bright colors out for as long as I can. So you have a full sheet of this in the freebie, and you have a full sheet of this, and then you have a file folder shape. And what I did was I printed the file folder and then printed this print on the back, which I obviously didn't here. But that's how I did it. There's a lot you can do with this. So once I did that, then rearranging. Still got paints and stuff out from playing. Once I did all that, I just went ahead and cut it so you guys didn't have to watch me cut it because, well, that's boring. You know how to cut out a file folder. And then it's printed with that side on the back. And I love it. You don't have to do the folder. You could just print these guys out and use them as collage sheets, tear them up, do whatever you want to do. But that's what I wanted to do with this guy. And I'm trying to think. I need for it, I meant to bring my journal up to show you. I need for it to be on the right-hand side of my page. This will work, like this. Okay, so I've got the tab right here, and then it'll open up this way. And you could certainly go ahead and go in and sew some pages in here to make this into a little booklet, either standalone or to go into your journal. I'm going to glue it down on this side with some of the tabs sticking out of my journal. So I'll glue it on these two sides, and then I'll have it tuck. I might actually glue it on 3 sides even, and have a pocket there. I'm not sure yet. But what I want to do with it is Mark's daughter just got engaged, you guys. So exciting. And she has these beautiful engagement pictures. And so I wanted to make a page in my journal with these pictures in it. So I think I'll take Mark's favorite one and put it here on the front and then open it up. I might put a page in here and get Mark to journal about, you know, how he's feeling about getting a new family member. And then somehow I will mount the pictures on here. Or I guess instead of putting in a signature, I could always make a tag and stick it in here for Mark to journal. He doesn't like his handwriting, so he's not going to want it out for the world to see. But so I thought that was super fun, but you could do this, you know, however you wanted to do. I will show it to you when I get to it in my journal. But you could, you know, put it on the page this way and have a flip down, have a tuck back there, just anything that you want to do with some bright and yummy colors. So I'm kind of excited about that. That's the story. It's not really a how-to because, well, it's a file folder. There's not that much to tell. But you could make it into a standalone journal. If the tab is too big, you could trim it down, whatever you want to do. You could bind this into a signature. Possibilities are endless. And then I was watching Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue. Hi, Nicole. You had a really good idea. Thank you. I'm stealing it. I will link Nicole down below, of course. She was playing with not, spit it out, Brooke, not painty papers, but magazine images, because that is what she does. And what she did, I'm trying to find a good one. Let's use this one. Okay, so this is a file folder. And what she did was she rubber stamped on it and then embossed it and cut it out so that you could see all the beautiful colors behind the stamps. Let me show you that. It was so smart. I think she might have used the large version of this Dilution set. Can you see that with all the glare? The sun is creeping in again. I think this is the one Nicole used. And I got out my little embossing stuff here. So let's see. Let's do, I like the leaves a lot. Let's do the leaves. Pull those off. Got my little stamping block here. First, let's figure out, where do we want them? Do we want them there? Do we want them there? I think I want them right about there. So let's go ahead. And you can do this on anything. The magazine images that Nicole did looked amazing. So this is just a great fun technique. This is called an embossing buddy. It's got like cornstarch in it. And if you rub it over the item you're going to stamp on, it keeps the embossing powder from sticking. So there's that. It's totally not necessary at all. Oh, it's clear. I couldn't find my stamp. And this is Tim Holtz Distress Embossing Dabber. I have VersaFine ink, and I can't find it anywhere. But you can use any kind of ink you want. I just wanted to use a clear ink, and that's what this is. You can use any kind of pigment ink pad that will, stay damp for a minute to get the embossing powder on. So we'll get all that on there. And again, it's clear, so you can't tell if you've got it all over your stamp. If you kind of hold it at an angle, you can tell a little better. We'll just hope that we did. And I'm going to kind of place it so that we get a little bit of all those colors. And I'm just going to press it down. Walk my fingers over it. Probably would have been better if I'd put a magazine or something underneath the paper. Lift that up. I'm going to get out my little embossing tray. Again, this is not necessary. You can do it over a coffee filter or a piece of paper, but I'm such a klutz. I always end up knocking it everywhere. And I have Tim Holtz Uncharted Mariner embossing powder right here. It's kind of a dark one. Nicole did black and she did some clear, and they both looked great. I'll try to link that actual video down below, not just Nicole's channel, because it was fun. Okay, we'll just tap that off. What does Tim Holtz say? Dancing like a mouse or something, not like an elephant. I think I just mixed Tim Holtz and Diane Ravely. And it looks like we missed a little bit right here. It might not have stamped, but we'll just put some more powder. You can be as generous as you want with the powder because it's all going back in the jar if things go according to plan. Okay, so we'll set that aside. I spilled it anyway. Yuck. And then you just tap it down. These little trays are very inexpensive. I'll link them down below too. I've had this one for years, but I bet you can get them on Amazon or Simon Says Stamp or something. And see, then it's all back. You didn't even use any, hardly any out of the jar. But I do recommend highly closing your jar before you go any further because, well, we know how that goes. All right, and now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pause you guys. Don't heat your embossing powder right on your mat because it will warp your mat and ruin it. So I'm going to take it over to the side there, and I'm just going to pause you while I do that, and I will be right back. I'm back, you guys. I decided that help me out, forgetting my words. Distress Embossing Glaze did not stand out enough on this crazy pattern. So what I did was I tried it again, and nope, still wasn't working for me. So I stamped a different stamp with my VersaFine black and used some black embossing powder. And this is just regular embossing powder. It's not glaze. And I thought I would come back, and even though my heat tool is annoying, I thought that if you guys weren't familiar with embossing, you might like to watch it happen. Basically, you're melting these little tiny grains of plastic into a shiny surface. But I find it fascinating because I'm that way. So pardon the noise, but we'll go ahead. And I've had this going, so it's kind of warmed up. Again, don't do it on your mat. I'm holding it up. And actually, I'll hold it on this side stay away from the heat because it does get hot. And off we go. Hopefully you can see it. And if you just watch it, it will go from matte and sandy looking to shiny and raised. And it doesn't take very long. Once it starts going, it's good. You can overheat it, so don't let it go too long, because then it just kind of all soaks into the paper and disappears. And then we'll hit it from the back. And that is that. Pretty exciting. Embossing, never a dull minute. So you can see how shiny it is now. And you can just go right in there and cut around the embossed parts, or tear it, or do whatever you want. And you have this beautiful border that shows all the crazy colors. And you could do two together to make it longer, use any stamp you want, whatever. I thought this was a great idea that Nicole had. So that is another thing you can do with the Friday freebie. Or just tear the papers up and have fun with them. Use them as journal pages, whatever you want to do with them. Again, this is a freebie in my Facebook group over on Facebook. It's Recreations by Brooke. I will leave a link up there if you're not a member already. Come on over and join us. Sorry about my nails. I've been painting and dyeing and carrying on. If you do decide to come and join us, make sure to answer those 3 simple questions, just so I know that you're human. And if you've already joined and you've already subscribed here, thanks for being so patient, you guys. I'm doing my best. Normally there's a freebie every Friday, but I'm kind of on the mend right now, and it'll be probably a little while before I get back into a strict schedule of it. But I hope you love this one. I think it's really fun, and make sure to post whatever you make with it. Okay, you guys, it was great seeing everybody. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.